The scene opens with a bunch of people standing in a row with their eyes closed, appearing to be asleep. After a moment, one of them wakes up, a young woman with red hair. As she looks around at the other sleeping people, she sees that they are all standing in a large circle with a glowing red light under each of their feet. When she tries to step off her circle, there is a flash of red light and a loud buzzing sound, apparently acting as a warning. The same thing then happens again when she reaches out and tries to touch the man standing next to her. After another moment, a man wakes up in the back row, telling the girl not to move. He tells her that they're watching as he gestures toward the sphere in the middle of the room. Another woman then wakes up, frantic and shouting for her husband. In her panic, she steps off her circle, leading to her getting zapped by a bolt of red lightning coming from the sphere. Suddenly, the lights turn on in the room, with everyone else waking up all at once. One of the men near the dead girl starts to freak out when he sees her, leading to him getting zapped by the sphere next. We then see the man's hand suddenly lift into the air as his body gets dragged away into the darkness. The room then starts to make a soft beeping sound, which slowly increases in frequency like a countdown. The man in the V-neck tells the others not to move, and he quickly explains what they've learned so far. After a moment, the countdown seems to stop, with the man in the V-neck then getting zapped by the sphere. Everyone then starts to freak out, with the soft beeping still occasionally being heard in the background. One of the men then starts to notice a white triangle moving amongst the red ones on the floor, and he realizes that he's controlling it with his hand. Eventually, he decides to stop moving the triangle and closes his fist, resulting in a girl across from him getting zapped. The man then speaks up, explaining to the rest of the group what he had just learned. Apparently, they each have their own triangle on the floor that only they can see, and it's controlled by using their hands. He goes on to say that if they point their triangle at a person, they can use it to vote on who will die next. As they all try to grapple with this newfound knowledge, the countdown starts again, leading to a young man in a dress shirt getting zapped. As people start to panic, we see some of them start moving their hands, leading to another woman getting eliminated. The pregnant girl then suggests that they vote for the woman who just got zapped, and they all agree that it's worth a shot. They all cast their votes as the next round starts, and after a moment, a random person in the back row suddenly gets taken out. Another person then suggests that they try not voting, and they decide to give that a shot as well. Unfortunately, this causes all the triangles on the ground to suddenly light up, with another random person then getting zapped. One of the younger men then suggests that they vote for the oldest people first, to buy themselves some time to figure out what's going on. They all eventually agree and pick out 5 of the oldest people to start with. As the older people then start to go, the rest of the group try to recall how they got there. Most of the people seem to remember running away from something in the sky while screaming, before everything suddenly went black. A man in the back named Eric says that he remembers being in a room filled with bodies, stacked up all the way to the ceiling. The group then has to decide who to vote for next, as the oldest 5 people are already gone. The young man then says that the woman with cancer should be next, but this causes the group to turn on him, and he becomes the next one to go. Another man named Craig then suddenly speaks up, saying that he is in here with his wife. He says that all he wants is to save her life, and he begs the others to vote for him instead of her. A man in the back with glasses then points out that one of the men can't speak English, and he thinks that he should be voted out next. While the group starts to argue about whether or not that should matter, another woman is then suddenly zapped. The police officer in the group then says that he recognizes the man with the tattoos, and he says that he arrested him multiple times for assaulting his wife. The man tries to deny the allegations at first, but then he says that she deserved it, leading to him getting zapped next. People then start to accuse the cop of being racist, and he ends up as the next one to go. The man from the army then suggests that they each try to vote for themselves, but they see that they're unable to. They instead try to have everyone vote for the person to their right, hoping they can force a tie. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to work either, with another man soon getting zapped. As they try to do it again, we see that this time there is a tie between the pregnant woman and another man in the back row. The group then has to vote again, with the pregnant woman easily winning. The younger man in the cardigan then says that he thinks some people in the group have been secretly targeting the pregnant woman. When the others ask him why, he says that eventually this will get down to only 2 people, with likely only one of them surviving. He then says that the obvious survivor choices are the pregnant woman and the little girl, which means that everyone else will eventually end up dying. This causes the group to start to split into teams, with some people defending the pregnant woman and girl, and others thinking that they should be next. When it comes time to vote again, we see that there's a tie between the little girl and an older woman, with the little girl winning after another short vote. They then decide to ask for volunteers to help make things easier, with a few people stepping off their platforms and buying the others some time. Eventually, more fighting starts to break out, with people accusing each other of being evil, as more people get zapped by the minute. As their numbers continue to dwindle, a man in the back row reminds everyone that eventually this is all going to come down to the pregnant woman and the little girl. He says that if they don't band together to vote them out soon, then the rest of them won't stand a chance. The group then becomes even more divided, with the man in the cardigan, Eric, taking the side of the girls, and the long-haired man wanting to vote them out. The teams then proceed to battle with their votes, with each group eliminating people from the other side. As more people continue to fall, Craig and his wife decide to switch teams, leading to the long-haired man starting to question their marriage. As he starts to interrogate them, the others soon chime in, as the couple's answers don't seem genuine. The man then asks Craig's wife what her husband's name is, and she doesn't seem to have an answer. The group then realizes that they've been lied to, with the makeshift couple being the next ones to go. After a few more people get eliminated, the group starts to notice that the older man with them hasn't been voting, and they all make an agreement to vote him out next. At the last minute, however, Eric gets the pregnant girl to vote for the long-haired man, which leads to him being eliminated next. With the long-haired man now gone, the older man is the obvious choice to go next, and the other 3 quickly vote him out. Eric then tells the girls that he will go next, but he reminds them that they'll still have to choose between each other once he's gone. The little girl then says that she wants to save the baby, so she agrees to step off the platform with Eric. At the last minute, as the girl steps off her platform, Eric instead casts his vote for the pregnant girl, and they both get zapped in front of him. As he then stands in the room alone, apparently victorious, he begins to hear the countdown timer start chiming again. This causes him to yell out to his captors as the timer then ramps up, and once it stops, he sees the golden light of a tie shining down around him. As he looks across the room, he sees that the tie is between him and the baby, and we see him raise his hand to vote again as the screen then goes black. After a moment of uncertainty, we see Eric waking up outside, with a large alien ship floating up above him. As he walks down the street, he sees other survivors, mostly pregnant women and children, and they all look up together at the spaceships in the sky. Like and subscribe to see more videos like this one. See you next time.